Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. We have the final matchup, Week 3, Season 16. We have some good battles ahead of us. My opponent put down some tough things, but before that, we have the review of the last round. This one we knew was going to be a win. They didn't have these ships to deal with me, and they didn't really have a good rev encounter, so this is about what I was expecting. That's why I put a soft front territory up there, so they had something that they could play around with. But Darth Revan did well. His strongest team was a gas team that wasn't at relics, so I knew he wasn't going to get through that. The top territory here, he had a lot of trouble here, and he didn't set down a particularly strong defense, but his roster was thin and over 1 million less than mine. So 3 teams against Talzin, 2 against crew. That's pretty surprising. 2 against the Bastilla, but only 1 against the Resistance heroes. Let's check if he attempted fleet. I don't think he had Malevolence or Negotiator, so I don't expect anything here. Yeah, not even any attempts. So today, this is what we're looking at. We have a ton of green on my side. He doesn't have Galactic Challenges or Galactic Legends. He is in a guild much smaller than mine, but he has a lot of lifetime banners. So this is a player who's probably limited their development in their roster by staying in a smaller guild, but they know what they're doing. A respectable amount of clears, some undersized wins, but not a ton. But a lot of offensive wins and a respectable amount of defense. Now, with the Zetas, they have a good amount of Zetas, which tells me it's an older account. Mods, though, I have some big advantages, but not as big as in some recent ones. But overall, I have the speed. Well, the reason they got matched up with me here is with their Tier 5. They have a lot of higher relics. They've moved up higher. I've left a lot of my relics a little lower. So that's where the big GP discrepancy is coming in. But again here, no relic on gas. He's got his Darth Revan. His top characters are all going to be faster than mine, but that's typical. But he has a lot of advantage, and these are good characters. His other key characters, no relics, but he's got them, and they're at least at a decent level. And then his Malevolence is weaker, but we're basically tied elsewhere. So breaking down his defense, this is what we're looking at. We'll do mine first. So I went a little bit stronger than I have in some of the recent matches, because in some of the recent matches I've just completely outmatched my opponents and they weren't going to have a chance. So this time not so much. I'm much more careful. But Talzin, Resistance heroes, crew, Mon Mothma moved up to the front lines because the back wall is much stronger. Mon Mothma's not great, but she still requires specific counters to handle, and if you use them elsewhere it makes the field more difficult, so that's why I think I put her down. Now we have Nute, Darth Revan, Night Sisters, and on the back wall here Grievous Padme. Put down my CLS. And then we have this old Ben team that I throw in from time to time. And then fleets is just Negotiator Malevolence. His defense here. We've got Bounty Hunters that are going to be easy to handle. This new team should be very easy to handle. Without Dooku, this is much easier. This Talzin team is probably not going to be an issue, and this Grievous team is the toughest one there. This bottom wall, we're looking at JTR, JKR, and a Qui-Gon team. Okay, So I've set out most of a strategy here that's going to allow me to keep Jedi Knight Luke for the back wall in case Gas or Darth Revan are there. I don't expect him to be. He's probably going to use them for the front. So I think I will have to use Gas probably up against his Revan, and then I'll be able to make my way through with other teams on these three. This team here I think I can handle with Bounty Hunters. I can save my Traya, do other things. They're not going to have a lot of damage, so I think we can do something like this. That saves Jango and Karga for the Talzin. I'm just wondering if we want to keep either of them for Talzin. I don't think so. Yeah, we're going to go in with that. Because with this specific team, Qui-Gon's their biggest damager. It's got one dispel, but it's not a huge deal. See if we can just land a stun. I know that's not helping me with the contract, but I guess I should have saved it. But this is why I brought two people in who can ignore the taunt. Basic, we'll take the hits. All right, we got our contract. Could have done that a little faster. Let's just take out Kenobi. Jeez. I thought it was going to take more to take out her. You gotta be careful with these defensive teams that don't have any attacks, because before those used to be an annoyance, but now there's so many characters like Mando or Nihilus that they're those slow, non-offensive teams that are just tank heavy that used to work as timeout teams. You can just take them out now. And now here, we're still going to do gas. We're going to save the other clones for the Grievous counter. My own Revan we either have to bring up against JTR or we can use as a backup. I think we need to do the Grievous counter that I want to try before we clear this bottom territory, because in case we'll have options in case it doesn't work. So I need to know earlier whether or not it works. It should. I just haven't done it before. And again with this team, we could come in here with just Ahsoka, but my thought process here is if Revan marks gas, then he can lose the protection quick and it can become a mess. By having the options, we make sure that Revan, or we increase the odds that Revan does not target gas, and it becomes super easy. So what we're going to do against Grievous, because we need to figure out if we need to save my Revan, my Jedi Revan, is we're going to use the Rex team that I was irritated with myself last week that I didn't use against Grievous. We had that final matchup that got a little sloppy and took super long because I used my Revan up against Grievous, which then put me into a problematic spot for the rest of that Grand Arena. What I should have done was use this team. I think I want them in different slots. I just haven't done this team before. My only concern is my relic levels aren't good enough. This has 100% win rate on the meta from the SWGOH metadata, so I think I should be fine, but I'm not certain. I think we're going to bring down these stacks. I'm also wondering maybe I should have saved the form up. My concern here is the tactical awareness goes off too early. I don't want an AoE yet. Let's go over here. I want to taunt. Alright. Oh, I could have taunted. For some reason I thought this was 5s. Can I just take him out? Okay. I think I could have done that better if I did not confuse Echo and 5s for some reason, which I don't know why I would have done. Because one is crouching and one is standing, but whatever. Alright. Could have been better, but that was fine. And that allows me to either do Palp and Vader here, which I don't want to do in case bugs are on the back wall. This we can do Revan now. I don't expect to need Revan for anything else. Let's just take her out. Don't know if the mic picked that sound up, but that was a pretty loud dog fart. I don't know who the culprit is though. There's 3 little dogs here. Alright, let's mark and get you done. Alright, let's check out this back wall. I'm expecting we can handle some feats back here. He does have a decently sized roster, as I recall. He has 113 gear 11. I don't know how the hot utils bot counts these characters. But his overall GP is 6.2 million to my 6.263 million. We're fairly close in overall GP. He has the kind of roster that I like to build. He's just not as far as long as me. This guy is good. He knows what he's doing. He's playing the way I like to play. I think the difference, though, is I think he's working his way towards a Galactic Legend Rey, whereas I skipped Galactic Legends, went for Jedi Knight Luke. And that allowed me a lot more freedom over the past several months than somebody going for a Galactic Legend would. Alright, we got Old Republic. Geos, this was why I didn't want to use my Traya earlier or my Vader. Because I could have used Palp and Vader up against that JTR. That's what we'll do here. Probably just do that, but I'm not going to. Stormtrooper's just my security blanket here. We'll do it on Brute so he doesn't counter. That makes me so happy. Throw that there. Now chuck it. Perfect. Let me mute this for a second. Esme, no, come. Alright, just wanted to mute that during the barking session. Here's this one. No more of that. Alright, we got these Ewoks and Old Republic that I can possibly use First Order up against. Let me just double check these feats. I know there's a bunch of fleet related ones. Yeah, it's just this Stormtrooper one. I hate when I go back to the main screen. I think we're going to do it up against the Ewoks. I don't feel great about it. I need my Stormtroopers stronger. Officer's probably who I should use, but we're going to use the Executioner. And I really need to take out somebody quick before they go. Just do it, guys. Yes, that's what I needed. I should have swapped. Because I believe that would have given me my protection back. Alright, that takes care of that feat. I'll probably do Traya here up against these guys. We have so many options. We'll come back to the back wall. Maybe we can do something dumb. I feel like Jango and Grief are enough. We're gonna do it. I might regret this. We need to increase the relics on Jango. He's at relic 2 right now. I think relic 3 would just make me happier. Don't do that to me. Alright. This is why I was thinking about bringing in the 3rd. Alright, good enough. And we can take JTR up against either the Bounty Hunters or that Old Republic team. Oh, we still have Han. Alright, let's just burn through this. We don't need to do anything fun. Let's get this done, try and make another fast video. We're on a good pace so far. This is what I've been doing up against Nute unless there's a nest. Nest messes it up. It's also what I do up against Nute when there's a Dooku. I don't think it's going to be necessary. We got everything we need here. We prevent revives. We have a dispel. We have a revive in case we lose my B2. Get some protection back up. We need our dispel. B2, would you take your turn? Finally. I'm just going to do JTR. One more into that Destiny. That's something I always need to worry about, because that BB-8 right there is gear 11, and he don't always survive and execute. I think I was just lucky that I didn't have a lot of buffs on him at the time. I'd like one more Illuminated Destiny, please. We're not gonna get it. Yeah. So what do we got here? Okay. That should be fun. Not what we usually have to deal with. Oh, we have so much still. Alright, we're gonna do Jedi Knight Luke here. Just these two. We're gonna go for undersizes. Let's take out Ezra first. Perfect. You two better be able to do it. The days I'm a little concerned about. So let's stun Mission so she can't daze me. Perfect. Alright, we're good now. Feels so good. Boom. Alright, we're at 29, almost 30 minutes. A couple fleet battles, and we can go to the new account. Good pace, not great pace. You know what? We're gonna use Rebels up against the Radis because I didn't check how deep his resistance goes, but I think he's going for Galactic Legend Ray, which means this is gonna be the tougher fleet of the two. Really, he should have the negotiator on this team. Because without a taunt here, And did I say the negotiate? He should have the Houndstooth on this team. Because without a taunt here, we're just going to be able to burn through one of his ships. We're going to go for the Falcon. You really need a taunt. And really, this ship's way better on offense. Alright, then we'll go over here. The no reinforcements should really count in Grand Arena, not just Fleet Arena. Alright. We'll do Empire. See if we can finish this first half in under 35 minutes. Which means I have 2.5 minutes to get through this battle. Leave Vader alone. Oh my god. Alright. I don't know what the gear level of his first order is. I wonder if there's relics here that I should have been aware of. I also probably need to up the relics on my Vader, get him faster. Why didn't I get my turn? Can we take... Yes, finally. Okay. Let's pull some turn meter back. Don't like that. Let's do a little of this. We take out the command shuttle and then this is over. Who's gonna get hunted now? Okay. Okay. Is there something that I don't know that's not allowing me to use my reinforcement abilities? Is there something that goes on with the finalizer? What am I not aware of here? Or not my reinforcement abilities, but my turn. I want my turn. Alright, we are 6 seconds over. Losing that Vader really slowed us down. I'm gonna call in 2 reinforcements. I'm losing my edge. We're about 2.5 hours after the start of this Grand Arena. Let's see where. Let's grab this. I think I have a feat I can grab. Yeah. Number 24 overall right now. And this, see, this is a good one here. And we can pick up some of those during my arena climbs. But let's check what the updated ranking is real quick. Number 13. That is obviously without most of the world going, but it still feels good to see those kinds of numbers. But now let's jump into the second matchup. Okay, and here is the new account. Let's jump in here, review that last matchup. He didn't have much to go up against what I put down. A lot of what I'm seeing in a lot of these newer accounts is they don't have enough ships to do offense and defense. So I needed 2 up against the Night Sisters. I think a lot of that comes down to just either not having the right counters or just not being familiar with how to deal with them. But no attempts against my ships, which are not that good. And then here up against the Geos, I don't think they attempted a battle. No, it's 2 battles. Okay. Now today with Sinister Empire, this guy has a good roster. He's already started. Two attempts against the Sisters again, that's solid. That's a big help actually. That means that might mean we can win this thing. He had what he needed to take my ships, but he went deep. And then Geos, did he attempt battles? No attempts. But he doesn't really have a Geo counter. I think it's still worth trying because I took out. I've only had to go up against Geos I think once or twice this Grand Arena, and I took them out with Piet. But they were weaker. They were weaker ones. So we have here is his arena team, which I might not be able to get through. At least not without mine. And I think I put on the Zeta on Vader after I signed up for this round, so I don't even have the Zeta on Vader. And then down here, like this guy's playing the way that I think you should be playing, like going wide and deep. It's one of the things we're testing out on this new account, if that works or not. So far I'm undefeated. I think we're gonna have to accept we're probably not getting a full clear this time. And we're just going to clear the bottom territory, but if we do it cleanly, I think we get the win. But we'll have to see on banners, because that fleet territory is worth a little bit more. Now, we don't have a Zeta on Vader. My Vader's weaker. I don't think we're clearing his top territory. Unless he's bad with mods. Let's check mods real quick. No. He's got 5 carefully leveled up mods. No mods here. I think Han's the exception. Oh, I don't care. We're just gonna do this battle. Thing is, if we bring Vader up against Palpatine, we're risking that we don't clear CLS. Because even without the gear and the right mods, I still think this is gonna take a top team, and without the Zetas. But like, this is one of the teams I'm trying to build right now, but what's slowing me down is just credits. Let's do this. Swap with Palp. Landed some good stuns. I think that's fracture 3PO Chewie. CLS is so good. I wanted the turn meter there. Let's take him out. Okay, let's check out this back wall. Alright, we got Thrawn and we got Mando. Ah, crap. Alright, remember from a couple weeks ago, there might be a bug with Dark Trooper where the game crashes when Dark Trooper gets low on stacks. That's what was happening before. So we might not be able to clear this. We're going to start with the bottom territory here. But this might be a loss if we come into contact with that crashing situation again. Because I suspect CG has not fixed it. We still need to be careful with these guys. I think I want my own bounty hunters. I think if we get around the taunt, we just take out Mando, then we don't need to really worry about the rest, and we can just take as long as we need against Kuiil and IG-11. Should have saved that execute. Because we are in a bad situation now. We're going to go here. I want Jango to take this. We didn't have the cooldowns on execute that we need. You know what? No, we're gonna let Boba get it. I don't think that's enough. I don't want to risk it. Oh, come on! Just take him out. I knew this team was going to be tough at this level. come on. Don't die on me. Can this evade or is that an Omega? We're gonna lose him. This is a problem. These guys are good. I feel like I want to take... No. This way we have 2 dispels. Okay. Stun him. He has that dispel. Does that dispel just work on his turn he dispels? Alright. This is a solid team. Which I have around that level too. Alright, now this is where we're risking the crash. Maybe I should have done Range Trooper. God, I almost wanted this to time out. I almost feel like this was not the first team to bring in to test this because I knew this was going to work. What I needed to know is if we're going to experience a crash here or not. good, 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 good. Let's check the banners. Yes! Still undefeated on this new account. He's not getting through my Geos. We're going to keep going. We'll see if maybe we can take everything I have and take out his Palpatine. I doubt it. I don't think we have anything that is going to survive long enough up against those levels and gear. Because you see how quickly we get into like level 70 and below. Like, we really spread around our credits. And it's given us a lot of depth early on. It's allowed us to maximize our resource income with all the events. We're able to qualify and participate and beat every event, at least at 1 or 2 tiers. And so far in Grand Arena, we're undefeated. I think we're going to do this. We'll just throw in team after team. Maybe we can pick it apart with multiple attempts. It's probably starting with weaker teams and stronger teams, but I should have thrown in a burner team. That was a mistake. Yeah, I needed to throw in a burner. We don't need to do it anymore. But I should have thrown in a burner. Let's try Ewoks. I'm going to try and take out Tarkin. It's not going the way I was hoping it would go. Yeah. Now we're risking Merciless Massacres back. You know what we can do though? He only has 1 Zeta. We need that second Zeta to get by stealth. I feel like we need to bring this team in after he burns Merciless Massacre again. Let's just bring in a bunch of bad rebels. That's my first attack. This is why we didn't even attempt this team until we cleared the bottom. Now we'll try these guys. At least he burned the massacre. And we're gonna call this. We're not gonna win this one. Maybe we'll just throw in these Jedi. I guess. And you know, we have my own Kuiil on IG-11. I doubt I have the abilities leveled up high enough to be relevant, but it might be interesting to see how they do. They're just not doing enough damage. I think we need to burn another team. I think Massacre's up. Just throw in... Okay, did not use Massacre. We need to still throw in another burner team. Oh yeah, I have Padme. Padme's not going to work. Perfect. Alright, we're going to bring in Kuiil IG-11. Just this nice little scoundrel team. And we have Han. We don't stand a chance at these gear levels. This will be the last team. We're going to call it after this. But you can see how they're interesting. Look at that dispel. How about this? Can we get a stun on Vader? No. No, of course not. You can see. That team could have done it if they were geared up and leveled up a little bit more. The mechanics were there. Alright, we're going to call it. Thank you for watching. It was nice to have not a huge challenge, but definitely a thinker for this matchup. Hopefully next week we have some tough opponents. This week was a little light. But thank you for watching again. Be safe out there, everyone, and be excellent to each other. This has been Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.